Mad Max Gaming.
Hello, my little space cadets. It's MadVax Gaming here, and you have read the title correctly. We are back at building the Five Nights at Freddy's security breach. We're working on Roxy Raceway again. I put up a poll a couple weeks ago, and you guys voted that you had missed it and that you wanted me to do it again. I apologize for not doing it sooner. I had really struggled with Roxy Raceway, and I tried several attempts to work on it. As you can see, there's actually some stuff built that I didn't even record because I was just messing with it back and forth, and I just couldn't get it to where I wanted it. That I just took a long break instead of constantly being frustrated and constantly feeling like it's not good enough, and just took a breather and decided, you know what? This isn't working. I need to just relax, work on some other projects for a while, work on the channel, and then come back to it. And that's exactly what I did. And now I feel fully inspired. I figured out exactly what I wanted to do with it. I figured out how to make it the way I liked it. Unfortunately, I do want to point out some things that I know are not correct and exactly accurate. If you notice on that side of the building right there, you can see that I struggled with Roxy Salon sticking out too far. It is impossible to know exactly how to build this stuff and then try to get it to interlock just like the game. It's so difficult. And this was me trying to figure out what I could do with the bump, but unfortunately there's not much I really can do. So I ended up just deciding to leave the bump. Now, the only thing that it cuts out is this little area of fence that just has like a whole bunch of construction work. There's nothing in it that's even interesting. So it really doesn't do any damage to the building other than the fact that the building is not the exact shape that it normally is. But other than that, it makes it look, it doesn't really take anything away from the actual game. It's just the shape's a little different. So that's one thing that's a little different, and, instead of completely rebuilding the salon, which got perfect and perfectly shaped, and it looks exactly like it's supposed to, I decided to just stick with this and make it look like that and have the bump. Also, I was redoing some things because I now have frog lights, and I can make the neon colored lights that I want them to be, and there's a lot of neon green in Roxy Raceway, so I was completely replacing everywhere where there needed to be green, and I was replacing where things should be like a pinky purple. So I'm super grateful for frog lights because it's able to give the textures that I want it to instead of always having to use the sea glass lights. So I was really grateful for that. Other than that, there's not too much different. The track was really difficult to build, and it took me a long time to even figure out how it was shaped because, in the game when you're walking around, the whole thing is closed off. So I had to go in the game several times, walk around inside Freddy so I wouldn't get killed by Roxy, and just really try to pay attention. And the track is still not exactly like how it is in the game, I don't think, but it's impossible to tell. But I just kind of built my own track that shapes around and it connects, and it eventually leads into a hole that would come out of Roxy Salon if the track was fully working and functional, which of course it's not. I did end up deciding to build it like it was run down and broken as well, because that was a debate I had back in the past. Do I build it just like the game, or do I build it as if it was open and that's what it would look like? And I did decide to build it like the game exactly and try to make it look as run down as possible. Yeah, this was a very big project, and I did have some help with it, which I'm super appreciative of because I definitely needed some help and some opinions and things like that. Like I said, it's not 100% accurate, but that's just how it always is, when I was building this, because when people make a video game, they don't sit and think about how, architecturally the building would actually work. Instead, they just build these rooms that load in on a screen, and they don't have to worry about that, whereas I'm trying to break it down into a real building, and it definitely has its challenges. So I'm very happy with how it's turning out, and there's going to be several videos on it, and after I finish Roxy Raceway, we're just going to keep going and going and working on it again. And if for some reason I feel like I'm stuck on any other level, I'm just going to take another breather, work on something else, and come back, because trying to force it and ending up having it look like something I hate is not worth it. So I'm really glad I took this little break and got to really sit and think about how I wanted to do this, and now I think it looks really good. You'll also see several times in the video I'm constantly taking things apart because even though I did take the break, I still constantly changed my mind. But it is what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is. I hope it's freaking fantastic. If it's your birthday, happy freaking birthday. And I will see you all next time.